Happy Sunday. It's Sunday, so that means that the Mike Hill Show with West Coast Preps is going down. I can't wait. I'm excited about today's show. We got two special guests from different programs, one private school in San Mateo and one public powerhouse in Oakland. So we'll get those young guys on the show a little bit later. I may have a special co-host. My daughter Ariel is in the building and she wants to hop on this podcast with us. So, let's just get this thing started. As we look back at the week, it was a great week of football. I think it started off with a big time game. Wilcox played Hollister, two CCS teams from last year. They made it to the playoffs and they had a shootout, but Wilcox is doing a little bit more of the scoring in that game. Wilcox, to me, looks like a top-tier team. They may make the Division I playoffs for CCS. The way they're playing now, they're playing their tails off down there in Santa Clara. So shout out to Wilcox. And then Friday just got started. It was big-time games all day Friday, all over the Bay. The game of the week I picked for last week was De La Salle versus Serra. That was a live nationally televised game on ESPN with Bay Area high school. You can't beat that, man. I was happy to see it. They both competed, and it was a good game. So we'll talk about that a little bit more later. As we look at the top 25, the West Coast Preps top 25, if I am correct, about 7 teams lost in that top 25. But the thing is, the 7 teams that lost, some of them played each other, or some of them played really good teams that are also ranked from different areas. So they may not go down too much. But looking at the top 3 from last week, it was De La Salle's the number 1 team in NorCal. We have Pitt coming in next and Serra at 3rd, right? And as we know, De La Salle and Serra played each other. So it's got to be some movement there at the top. And just to clear it up, I'm not involved in the rankings. That's my guys, Chris and Greg with West Coast Preps. They do all the work and the research. They know all the athletes around the Bay and the teams, the programs, the coaches, and they're able to give a pretty good ranking system. So shout out to West Coast Preps and Greg and Chris. As you know, I'm in Menlo colors. I'm in Menlo blue, and I always give love to the home team. Menlo played the Kings Academy on Saturday, and it was at 2:00, and it was hot. It was close to feel like it was close to the 90s. I was hot, and I wasn't even out there playing. But let's just talk about that game. It started off with a dogfight, right? It was 0-0 in the first quarter, and I think it was 0-0 most of the second quarter. We didn't end up scoring late. Until late in the second quarter to go up 7-0. We started off slow as an offense. Our defense definitely played well, and they balled out and kept us in the game. So we were able to stay in the game. And then after that, we made our halftime adjustments. We got our act together, and then we were able to win 31-6. In that game. And I wanted to give a shout out to Willis Johnson. He is our 2024 running back. He rushed for over 100 yards, I think about 108 yards and a touchdown on Saturday. That's big. I'm new to Menlo, but I don't think there's been a 100-yard rushing running back in a little bit. So that's a shout out to Coach Barr, who's his position coach, for coaching him up and getting over that 100-yard mark. Our QB, Jake Bianchi. Ariel, you want to get on the show? Come on. Come talk. Right here. Okay, so you're going to talk. Okay, did you go to Dad's game? Yeah. Did we win? Yeah. And what color did our team wear? What color is the boys? Yellow. Yellow and? Red. No, and blue. Right. Was it hot? Yeah. It was really. Oh, so when it's hot, she has to put on the sunscreen, but she was definitely there. She's at a lot of our games there. So just to get back to the stat line, we had Jake Bianchi. He had 2 touchdowns, 1 passing, 1 rushing. Court also had 1 touchdown to add on to his 3 from last week. That has 4 touchdowns in 2 games. The tight end that's going to North Carolina. The defense was stingy, right? I'm just looking at my notes. The defense was stingy. They didn't give up a lot of yards, and Kings Academy has a fantastic running back, number 7. I'm not sure his name off the top of my head, but he was a hell of a player. He ran hard, start to finish. Just very impressed with that running back from TK. As we're looking at Menlo, we got a big battle coming up this Saturday at home at 2:00. Versus Amador Valley. They'll be traveling over from the East Bay. And there's some big boys. They have 2 Division One defensive ends. They look really good on film. So we'll have our hands full as an offense trying to immobilize them. So if you guys get a chance, come down to Menlo, 2:00 on Saturday and check it out. And then we'll move on. So let's move on to this game of the week. And I'll bring on our first guest, right? This is a big time guest, man. This is a 2-way player from Serra, O-line, D-line, 3-star Division I athlete, and Ryan Silver. So I'll bring him on. Give me 1 second here.
What's going on?
So we got Ryan Silver, big time Ryan Silver. So let's give a little background of Ryan. He's a 3-star, and I think he'll be a 4-star by the time this is all said and done. Plays O-line and D-line at Serra, which I believe now is the number 1 team in NorCal, and they are ranked very high in state. So, Ryan, thanks for coming on, man.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So let's just take a look here. So it looks like watching the game, I was able to watch the game live, nationally televised high school game with Bay Area team. That was amazing. How was it to 1, play at De La Salle, and 2, play on national TV?
Playing at De La Salle was awesome. I mean, it was a great environment. It's a small stadium, so you can hear everything. You can hear all the people in the background, which was cool. But playing on TV didn't really affect us. I don't think we were really paying much attention to that. I mean, we all knew it in the back of our heads, but I don't think that was the main goal. I think we just all wanted to go in and show what we had to do.
Awesome, man. And y'all definitely did that. So just looking back at the just give a recap of that game. I call it the Battle of the Big Dogs. That's 2 big time barrier programs that went head to head. And it looks like, watching the game, De La Salle went up 21-7. And I thought it was over, right? I thought they wouldn't stop. And what was y'all mindset at that point when it was 21-7?
Game wasn't over. Still had time left on the clock. I mean, I think they went up 21-7 in like the 3rd quarter or something like that. Yeah, so we still had a whole quarter left. Coach Walsh gave us a little speech at the end of the 3rd quarter, and then just took off from there. We used that, and everybody thought we were dead. So just had to come out with a different energy and get back in the game.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a credit to you guys, credit to the to your coaching staff. When you go down 21-7 in 3rd quarter, usually teams just go ahead and tuck their tail, but y'all fought all the way back and then end up winning 24-21. And it was a 21-yard field goal with 2 seconds left. What's the name of your kicker?
Dylan Goudier.
Dylan Goudier. I couldn't pronounce his last name, so I had to make sure you good. But hey, man, that was a clutch kick. There's a lot of pressure on that kid with 2 seconds left, given all the circumstances. So that was amazing, dog. So let's move on. So what's y'all goals as a team, right? Y'all just took out De La Salle, which was maybe one of the, the biggest challenges y'all will have this season. What's y'all goals as a team? Is it a state championship? Is it CCS championship?
Oh yeah. I think it's just to get back to where we were last year. I think we want to be in that open division state game again and actually prove what we're going to do. I think we have a good chance of doing it this year. Our defense is incredible. But I think as a team, we just need to stay focused. This is only the 2nd game of the season. It's still preseason. We still got our whole league left. So we're just focused on every other game, like after another.
Absolutely,
kind of over the win. Yeah. We got our celebrations in this weekend, and now it's back to work. So we're ready.
Hey, absolutely, man. So, I mean, you went to Cathedral. I played at Cathedral back in the day. Playing in that WCL, that West Catholic League, like you can't take any team light. Like it's 7 teams that can, beat you on any given day. So like you said, 1 game at a time, stay focused, stay ready. And do what y'all supposed to do. I think you guys will have a good shot at winning that WCAL and that CCS title again. So let's look back. So you got this shirt on, you committed to San Diego State. So why San Diego State? You had a few offers, looked like 5 or 6 offers. Why San Diego State?
San Diego State, when I took my unofficial there the first time, it just really clicked with me. San Diego as a whole is just an awesome place, but getting to know the coaching staff really well, it just felt like real love to me. So that's kind of a big reason why. And I had two other teammates that went down there and they're loving it. So it's just all positive things with San Diego.
Yeah, that is big time, right? 2 big time recruits from Serra last year committed to San Diego State. So you got some friends, you got some brothers actually when you get down there. And who recruited you as a coach? Who's
Coach Goff, the O-line coach? He texted me. We were texting for a little bit, and then he gave me a call, and I know I was stoked. I couldn't wait. And then I think just like about a month after I committed there. So.
Absolutely, man. I mean, that's good that you committed early. You got the programs you want. Now you can just focus on, being a student athlete and playing football and,
Yeah, that was kind of the goal, just to not to get it out of the way, but kind of just kind of not have my mind on that during the football season and just focus on high school football before I go off next year.
Absolutely, man. So, have you took your official visit to San Diego State already? Have you already done that?
So they had something this summer. It was like an official visit, and some of the commits that are already committed were down there. So I got to meet some of those guys, which was awesome. And I actually just came back today. I went down yesterday and I watched the Arizona game. I was down there and I got to see all the coaches again and see some of the recruits. So that was awesome. Just building a bond with those guys is going to be good.
Absolutely, that's dope. So, are you taking any other visits, or did you cancel all your visits? You just, or are you still gonna, take a couple?
Yeah. No, I don't think I'm locked in. I think just waiting to sign that paper. So
Absolutely, man. Hey, congratulations on that, man. That's big, man. I'm proud of you. I know you're dead, and we all connect through Sacred Heart. So that's big time, man. Anytime of get a Division I offer. That's big. Last question, man. I'll let you go. I did a poll. If you can only have one flavor Gatorade for the rest of your life, what color is it going to be for Ryan Silver?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think it would have to be Cool Blue. That's my go-to.
There you go, man. You're a good man. Cool Blue is it. My daughter liked Cool. She picked that one too. And then a lot of people like the blue. But anyways, man, this is 3-star, soon to be 4-star prospect Ryan Silver came on the show, the Mike Hill Show with West Coast Prep, man. Thank you. I'll be following y'all. And I'm coming to that Cathedral versus Serra game at home. We don't play that week. So I'll be there, man. Congrats and keep pushing.
Thank you. Thank you again for having me.
Right on.
All right.
Yo, welcome back to Mike Hill Show. I got my second guest here, the Jet, right? The Jet. That's what everybody called him. I asked about him. They said just call him the Jet. So we got the Jet from McClymond High School in Oakland, California here. Let's just talk a little bit about that game. So Bellarmine went down to Oakland to play McClymond's, and it looked like McClymond's going to run off with it. It was 21-7.5 when I was checking the scores. And then all of a sudden it got a little tight. And that game ended up going into overtime, and McClymond's came out on top 24-7 and 24-21 and a big time win. So the Jet, welcome to the show, man.
Glad to be on it.
For sure. So Jaivian Thomas, he's a 3-star running back out of McClymond's. He's fast. What's your 40 time? You ran the 40 yet?
Actually, haven't yet.
Man, he gonna be close to 4.43. That dude is moving on his film. He's flying. So looking at 247, looks like you got 4 D1 offers, right? You got Army, Idaho, Sac State, and San Jose State, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. And I think, man, based off, your production so far, you're going to have some more offers coming your way. Is there any school you're leaning towards yet, or is your mind open and just trying to, figure it out?
Still trying to figure it out right now. It's a long process, so just letting it all play out.
Absolutely. Keep putting up big numbers. It's gonna play in your favor. So what was your stat line for the game on Friday? We talked about it earlier, but tell the world what numbers you put up this weekend.
I had 15 carries, 155 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns. I wouldn't be able to do that without my line. My line was on point that game, and I had an interception, pass breakup, and a fumble recovery.
Wow. So man, it looked like you said 155 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. That means the line was doing work. You said a interception and a fumble recovery. So you did it all, man. You did it all. So hey, let's just talk about McClymond. So how's it playing at McClymond's, man? That's a great program. Just tell me about McClymond's and your experience, why you like it, and
Been here all 4 years. Clemens is a great school. I would say it's not for everybody. McClymonds is not just any typical high school. The work we put in during football it's a lot. They're getting us ready for the next level. We're putting a lot of work for every game, hard summers. It's just how it goes.
Hey, so the hard summers that you mentioned, man, that pays off because y'all steady chasing state championships and winning the is it OAL continuously, man, and the
Yes,
silver.
sir.
So right, so I mean that's just what y'all do down there at McClymonds, man. So what are some goals for yourself this year? You got any goals as a player that you trying to achieve this year, or what's your mindset on your goals?
My number one goal for the season is actually to get back to state. I want to win another state championship. As my last year of high school, I want to get out with a bang. And another goal is just get some more offers, put up better stats that I had last year. That's one of my biggest goals. And just be the best I can. Leave it all on the field.
Absolutely, man. So I talked to some scouts that was at your game. Let me just read something that a college from a college coach point of view said that you have the speed, he has a motor that won't quit, and the type of athleticism that can't be coached. He's incredibly talented, and not to mention he's a humble kid. Great character, love him, and he plays both sides of the ball. That was from a Division I coach, man. That message got relayed to me. I kind of asked some people around that was at the game and what they knew about you, and that's what a college coach is saying about you, man. So that's big.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you said state. So how many state titles did you win at MAC, or how many you got under your belt?
I've only had one. My freshman year
Uh,
was the year we ended up losing. My sophomore year, we had the COVID season, so we couldn't
right.
really do anything. We was playing the OAL games. Then my junior season, it was the year we won.
Oh, absolutely, man. I think y'all might get, one more go out with a bang. Let me just ask you, man. So what's your dream school? If you can get a offer to play at a school, I mean, it's different. It depends on coaching staff and the types of offense, etc. What's your dream school that you would like to play at?
I wouldn't say necessarily I would have dream school, but a school that I would love to go to is the University of Oregon.
Oregon, there you go, man. My little buddy Jerry Mixon just committed there not too long ago. Oregon's building a good program, and I think Oregon may come knocking, man. You keep putting up them numbers, you never know what can happen. But hey, the Jet, the last question, man. So if you can only have one flavor Gatorade for the rest of your life, what is it gonna be?
Fruit punch.
What is that?
Fruit punch.
Fruit punch, the red one?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, man. I did a poll and that was the lowest votes. The lowest votes was for the red one. It was
No
definitely
way.
there, but so hey, the Jet chooses the red, man. Hey, I'm gonna keep following you throughout this season. Mr. Thomas, man, good luck. Keep working hard. And keep being great. You know what I mean? Like just keep doing you and sky's the limit. But thanks, bro. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. It was great talking to you.
Right on.
Yeah.
And welcome back. Welcome back. We just had two great guests. We started off with Ryan Silver from Serra, who beat De La Salle. And then we followed up with the Jet from McClymond who beat Bellarmine. As we continue on, let's just give a shout out to a few players of the week. This kid put up some crazy stats from Montgomery High School, a two-star wide receiver with a 4.16 GPA. We got Keegan Peterson. He had close to 100 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, and a punt return touchdown, all in one game for Montgomery High School out of Santa Rosa. We'll keep it over in the East Bay, and kid just been balling this last 2 weeks. Out of Berkeley High, wide receiver Jackson Harris put up 309 yards and 6 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks, and he is one of the top leading receivers in his section. So shout out to Jackson Harris from Berkeley High, man. Keep doing work. This stat line was also pretty impressive. So it looks like the kid played wide receiver and quarterback in the same game. So we got Hayden Anderson out of Windsor High School. He had 102 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns, and I guess he went to quarterback in the same game and had 72 yards passing and 1 touchdown, or maybe he threw a double pass. I don't know, but that was a total of 4 touchdowns and 174 total yards. And the crazy thing about this kid is he's a sophomore, class of 2025 at Windsor. Hayden Anderson putting in work. My last one, I always ask for shout outs, and I kind of got flooded with this. I got flooded with a shout out to the entire Pittsburgh Pirates football team. They went down to the Honor Bowl down in San Diego and played one of the top teams in Nevada. That's Liberty High School from Nevada. I think they're in Henderson or maybe Las Vegas, and they put on a show down there. So shout out to the whole Pittsburgh High football team, man. You guys are all players of the week in my book, and I'm gonna be coming down to y'all game. I'm gonna be down there September 30th. I'm sliding up to Pitt High to watch y'all face off against McClymond. I'll be there. That game will be live. It'll be where I need to be. So we'll also do a Pittsburgh High School football Mike Hill Show podcast. We'll collab. We'll get all those stars on there. They got receivers. They got quarterbacks. They got DBs. They got running backs. Pittsburgh High School is stacked. So as I was talking about earlier, I looked at the West Coast Preps top 25. The number 1 seed was De La Salle. As we know, De La Salle lost to Serra, and Serra was number 3. In between those two teams was the Pittsburgh Pirates. So does Pittsburgh jump to number 1, or does Serra jump to number 1? Right, we're gonna see. And it looks like, things change. You never know how it all plays out, but it could be one of these 3 teams playing in that state championship against the Southern California team. So we'll see what happens there, man. And as we're looking back, I did ask a question. Let me just look at the results here on my telephone. I asked the question of the week for the podcast is, you can only have one flavor for the rest of your life. What's it going to be? And it wasn't even close. 41% of the votes went for the blue flavors. That could be the ice glacier blue, whatever color blue you like, but blue won. And coming in second was lime. To be real with you, my favorite Gatorade right now, I don't know about for the rest of my life, but right now is the cucumber lime Gatorade. It's smacking. If you haven't had it, try it, and you can thank me later. But if I had to pick one for the rest of my life, I'm also going with blue. Ari, come here. Let's see. What is your favorite Gatorade again? Tell them. What color?
Blue.
She likes blue too. We like blue. We all in blue. And that's what it's going to be. So next week, we'll be back on the show again. It'll be episode 3, which is week 3 in conjunction with my high school football schedule. We are in week 3. Everybody starts at different times, but I'll look at the game of the week. And it was kind of a toss-up. Was it St. Francis at De La Salle? And there's another game that kind of stuck out to me, and that's St. Ignatius going out to Stockton to play St. Mary's. That's the game of the week. It's SI versus St. Mary's, right? That's going to be big time players. Man, they got some big time players down in St. Mary's. I got to work with a few of them this offseason at different camps, man. And looks like they're having a pretty good season on their hands too. And SI just had a tough battle with Jesuit from Sacramento. That's a big time team out of Sac. So SI be 1-1, traveling down to the 209 and playing St. Mary's. So that's my game of the week, man. So as usual, I'll ask different questions throughout the week. Just comment, do the poll. I'll always have a question of the week. That's going to be the new addition to this. And like I mentioned earlier, if you got any gear that you want me to rock, if you want me to give a shout out to your training, your small business, anything that you want, let me know. I'll show you some love on this show, man. So again, thank you for tuning in. Thank my co-host right there, Ariel, who's been here. Wave, honey. Oh, her name is Honey. I'm sorry. Honey, my co-host, was here today, but and she likes orange Gatorade. But thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all can like, retweet, subscribe to the podcast. So just give you a rundown. It'll be uploaded on YouTube. You can watch it. It'll also be uploaded to the podcast platforms, Podbean, Spotify, Apple. Check it out, man. Just keep showing love. And I got one more shout out. Let me not forget this, man. This is big. Let me find it here. Shout out to Menlo water polo head coach. 500 wins. I think he got 501 now, but I was trying to do the math. I'm like, you got to be somewhere a long time to get 500 wins. And he's done that. 500 wins at Menlo, over 20 years of perfection. Shout out to Menlo men's water polo. We see y'all. Keep being great, man. It's the Mike Hill Show. Thank you. God bless and have a safe week.